Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today, I decided to do a special video for you astrology lovers out there. I'm going to be ranking the zodiac signs from least to most compatible. Just a little disclaimer, I'm not here to specifically bash anybody on this list. This is all based on my own personal experiences in my life, so you cannot compare your life to mine. So if you're easily offended or you're easily butthurt, that's your problem, not mine. I understand that all the zodiac signs have their good and bad traits because we're all human, and that you are more than your sun sign because you also have to consider the rising sign and the moon sign if you want to go further into the rabbit hole. And I highly recommend you guys buy this book, The Stars Within You, A Modern Guide to Astrology by Juliana McCarthy. This book is an in-depth analysis of your rising sign and your moon sign and the other positions in your birth chart. I highly recommend you guys figure out your birth chart. You can do that on astrolab.com and you can figure out what particular positions you have in each planet. It's very interesting for those who love astrology. Now keep in mind that astrology is all good and fun. It's best not to take it too personally because sometimes it's accurate and sometimes it's inaccurate. So now I'm going to share with you guys my ranking of the zodiac signs from least to most compatible based on my birth chart and based on my own personal experiences. So here we go. Aquarius people are very intelligent and they're very eccentric people. And they can also be very aloof, they're very independent. They can also be very rebellious and they like to march to the beat of their own drum. Personally, I've never been really close friends with an Aquarius because I consider them to be more like acquaintances. Most Aquarians have been quite unfriendly with me. They tend to be very unemotional because they're very logical. Then again, not every Aquarian has been unfriendly to me because there have been some Aquarians that I've been cool with. I have never had the privilege of being really close to them. We just don't gel, and I think that's just how it is. That's just nature and you just cannot fight it. One quality that I like about Aquarians is that they tend to be very brutally honest. So if they don't like you, they're going to say to you straight to your face rather than behind your back. I used to have a Leo friend back when I was a kid in elementary school. She was a lot braver than I was and she was very outspoken. She was a really good friend. She was very loyal to me. She didn't like to put up with a lot of the nonsense that was happening at the time we were in school. So those are the traits that I really admire about her. And I also had another Leo friend who was Russian and she wasn't as outspoken as my other friend. I could say that she was very determined and she was also very intelligent. I haven't had any Leo friends since elementary school, so I could say that Leos and I, we really don't gel. I guess the reason for that is because we're both fixed signs because I'm a Taurus and we tend to butt heads. I guess we're both very opinionated. For Leos, I'd say I consider them to be acquaintances that you would say hi to from a distance. I wouldn't really let them into my inner circle, so to speak. As for Gemini, I've never really had Gemini friends in my life. Very good conversationalists. They're more outgoing and more extroverted. What I like about Geminis is that they are very intelligent and they really like books. I've had Gemini acquaintances in the past, but they don't seem to want to be friends with me. We simply just don't gel. And most of the time they just tend to ignore me. That's how it is. I think Libras are very cool. They're not very problematic and they have been quite friendly to me and very hospitable. I did have one Libra friend when I was a kid, but it didn't really last that long because like I said, we grew apart. What I like about Libras is that they're not so stubborn and they like to hear both sides of the story. So they're very fair and balanced people. They're also very creative too. They have a lot of wacky ideas and they have a really good fashion sense, so I admire that. And it's no surprise because their ruling planet is Venus, just like Taurus. Honestly, I really don't have anything bad to say about Libra other than the fact that they can be quite flaky. In the end, I consider Libra to be more acquaintances than close friends. I think Cancers are very emotional people. Their emotions are all over the place and they can be kind of crazy. In my experience, I have never met a Cancer that I didn't get along with. I did have a crush on this Cancer guy when I was in college, but it didn't really work out because we didn't get to know each other that much. They really weren't interested in me. I think Sagittarians are really cool. They're very intelligent, just like Aquarius, and they're very fun. What I like about them is that they're not very judgmental and they're very easy to talk to. They also have a lot of wanderlust. They love to travel. I consider them to be students of life because they love to learn about new things and they love to have new experiences, and they're not very closed-minded and they're not very stubborn about that. And they also want to learn about different cultures. Honestly, I don't really have a lot of negative things to say about Sagittarius other than the fact that they can be all over the place because they love to travel and they love to explore because they're adventurers at heart. Not so good for an earth sign like myself because we're very grounded. I've never really had negative experience with the Sagittarius. Maybe once with a Sagittarius woman, but that doesn't really count because most of them are very blunt and honest. They're also very warm and friendly like Aries. They're very cool people and they make very good friends and advisors. I've gone more along with the Taurus women than the Taurus men. The Taurus women are cool. They're grounded just like I am. They're realistic. They're practical. They like to save money. They're just very chill people. The Taurus men tend to be the opposite. They're very stubborn. They're very controlling, very possessive and jealous. And I've had quite a couple of negative experiences with them. But not every single Taurus man is like this because I've met Taurus men that are chill and they're very nice and friendly. I think that every sign has their flaws. I like my zodiac sign, but I also know that there are some traits about my sign that I really don't like. Taurus with a Taurus wouldn't make a bad pair as long as they're both not stubborn and they don't completely kill each other. I'd say Taurus people make great friends, but I have never had a romantic encounter with any Taurus guy. Pisces, like Cancer, they can be very sensitive and very emotional. They can also be very intuitive and secretive. I'd say I've gone along with the majority of Pisces people. There are some exceptions because I have had some problems with a couple of Pisces individuals. I'd say Pisces people are pretty cool. They're also very hardworking and very creative. When I think of a Pisces, of a really cool Pisces, I think of my old English teacher from high school, and it's a shame that he passed away, but he was a really intelligent guy. He said that I was the most college ready. He wrote that on my yearbook. When we were studying Shakespeare, he actually put movies for us to watch. He was a really cool guy. Rest in peace, Mr. Gerlip. You were amazing. You were the best teacher that I ever had. Aries people are really fun and they're very brave, very outspoken. Like my best friend Roger. You've seen him on my videos and he has his own channel called The Roger Smith Show. They have this ability to get you out of your shell. They're very fun people and they're always searching for a new adventure. Like Sagittarius, they're very warm and very friendly. As long as you don't get them angry and you're on good terms with them, they can be the best people that you can ever meet. And I'm happy to have my best friend Roger in my friend circle. My sister is a Virgo and I can say that I get along with her pretty well, but we have had our fights in the past and our arguments, but then we make up for it later on. What I like about Virgos is that they're also brutally honest with their opinions and they give great advice. They're also very grounded and very realistic like Taurus people. They're also not very stubborn because they're open to new experiences. The only negative thing that I have to say about Virgos is that they can be perfectionist and they have high standards. So if you're a sensitive person or you're a person that easily gets offended, a Virgo can tear you to shreds. So when it comes to constructive criticism, they like to give it to you. They're going to give their opinion on what they think, even if you don't like it. And I can attest to that because my sister has very high standards and she's like that. I've had Virgo friends in the past, so I can say that I have gone along with them. According to astrology, Capricorn is the most compatible sign with me romantically and friendship wise, and I cannot agree anymore. I think that we both have a lot in common because we're both earth signs and we're both grounded and realistic. We're very practical people. I can say that Capricorns are a little bit more serious than Taurus because they're more driven and more hardworking. Capricorns care a lot about their job and they're also very family oriented and very conservative. And I can see why they get along with Taurus people very well because we're both very old school. What I like about Capricorns is that they don't waste your time and they're also very honest, and I really appreciate that. I guess the only negative thing I have to say about them is that they can be very cynical sometimes and very sullen, very dark. They can also be quite cold and unemotional, but they only do that because it takes time for them to trust you. So if you go through many levels, they'll let you in and they'll consider you to be a friend. And And I'm happy to say that I've had many Capricorn friends. I unfortunately had a falling out with one girl from high school, but that was a different story. I have a couple of Capricorn friends right now in my inner circle. I find myself attracted to a lot of them. It hasn't worked out though. One of my Capricorn celebrity crushes is Timothée Chalamet. Yeah, that guy. I have a huge crush on him. I think he's really cute and he's an amazing actor. I cannot wait to see his version of Wonka. I have nothing negative to say about Scorpios, despite what other people say that they're vengeful, possessive, that they're very dark individuals. In my experience, I've gone along with many Scorpios. I have to say that many of my friends, of my close friends, are Scorpios because they're very intuitive, very understanding, and can I say that they're very giving? They're very friendly, and they might seem hostile at first, but they're only doing that because you have to earn their trust. I've had a lot of crushes on Scorpio guys, but it hasn't really gone anywhere because they're not interested in me. Scorpio is like number one on my list. They are the opposite of Taurus, so we're basically sister signs. I have a lot of positive experiences with Scorpio, so I have nothing negative to say about them other than do not get on their bad side because they do have a temper, and if you've hurt them, they're very sensitive, so please apologize, and it will take some time for them to forgive you. My celebrity Scorpio crush is Joaquin Phoenix. I think he's really cute, and Rooney Mara is really lucky to be married to him. Scorpios make wonderful friends, so if you have a Scorpio friend in your life, appreciate them. So those are all of my rankings for the zodiac signs, so please do not get offended or butthurt because it is all based on my personal experiences. I know that your personal experience will be different from mine, and if you want to inquire further on this matter and you want to dig deeper, then I highly recommend you guys study your own birth charts and go to astrolab.com or purchase the book that I mentioned earlier. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please give it a thumbs up if you liked it. Also comment down below and hit that subscribe button if you want to see more videos from me. Thank you very much for watching guys, and I'll see you next time. Bye.